say, okay.
I just a baby.
But you still had to say, okay, Mom.
I just a baby.
I don't think he did it. But you know what? Even if he did do it, you know what I mean?
If you're in your 20s and you keep consistently seeing people and you like, oh my God, how are they doing all this? How are they affording all of this? Blah, blah, blah. And you're really confused and you're trying to figure it out. Is really one of two, maybe even three options. The first option is credit card debt. Maybe they swiping them cards. They swiping that card. They probably have $30,000 right now in credit card debt. But they're in Bora Bora. Absolutely. The second is rich parents. Don't ever underestimate the power of a rich parent. The third is they might be scamming. They might. Small might. And then the fourth, absolute and final, is that they're really just getting to the money. But that's very low on the total poll. It's probably credit card debt.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not financially stable, but I'm feeling very creatively inspired. I'm just worried that I will never amount to anything ever. But I'm working really hard.
You're not traveling because you have a lot of debt. Let's talk about it. I got debt too. What I got to do with it? And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be toxic, but not traveling because you have debt. What is not traveling changing about your debt? Because if it's the money thing, and I did another video on this where I talked about, like the money piece of it. Even if travel may not be something you feel like you can do right this second, I'm sure there's a way that you can plan to do something in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, even planning something small. Like people, like travel doesn't always have to mean, you going to, Paris or whatever. Like travel, you can start small, but there's always something that you can do, and you can plan it around your debt. You don't have to stop, you don't have to stop working towards paying down your debt. But if travel is a priority for you, then you will make it work. That is the story I'm sticking to, because all the things y'all telling me, I already done told myself, and now I done shifted my mindset, and so can you.
Guys, I thought this topic needed some discussion because basically Gen Zs and millennials are now using debt to fund their travels. And as a travel creator myself, I always advocate for getting out there and exploring the world, but I don't mean using debt to finance it. I don't really know what to think of this, but I would love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on both sides, I guess. So feel free to leave it in the comments below. But in this article, it says that 42% of Gen Zs and 47% millennials are using debt to pay for their summer travels, and summer travels by this generation is actually substantially high. This actually shows the most popular methods of using debt to finance, so this includes credit cards being paid over multiple months, buy now pay later services, borrowing from family and friends, and even personal loans. So again, if you're someone who participates in these methods, I'm not judging or anything like that. I'm just genuinely wanting to know what your thought process is. Like, you travel now, but then how are you going to pay off the debt later? Are you just, taking up extra side gigs, things like that? And I know life is short and it's best to, travel while you're young, yada yada, but I mean, even this article says that travel happy Gen Zs don't even feel optimistic about their finances, which I mean is completely understandable. And do know, I'm a travel creator. I travel a lot, so if you guys are wondering how to travel cheaper, smarter, anything like that, just let me know and I can post more videos about this topic. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this topic up for discussion, so feel free to flood the comment section. I will be reading and responding.
A new study shows that a third of Americans going on vacation this summer are going into debt to afford it. See, I don't get it, because I couldn't go on a vacation and enjoy it knowing I couldn't afford it. Knowing when it's over, I'm going back to reality, which is going to be debt because I went on a trip I couldn't afford. That's not fun for me. I would be stressed. I wouldn't enjoy it. How are you guys enjoying a trip you can't afford? And this is totally the problem today with instant gratification and no one actually putting in the effort to affording what they want in their life. It's all about living for today. It's all about YOLO and FOMO. Let's use my Europe trip from last summer. So for a 6-day trip, it cost me $2,000, flight, stays, food, all of that. I know how to do things cheap. But to afford that $2,000 trip, I would need to save $166 a month. No, don't drive down here. Wait, but I like the song. bitch, if you want to go to Europe this summer, sell your TV and cut the cable. You know what I mean? Like, make a fucking sacrifice for once in your life to afford what you want. One of my favorite quotes when it comes to finances is, learn how to say no now so you can live a life of yes later. And I have lived by that shit. Most Americans don't live like that. Everyone wants their cake and eat it too. They want to continue to go shopping. They want to continue to go out to eat all the time. They want to do concerts. They want to do this. They want to do that. And then when it comes to summertime, oh, I'm going to just do a trip too and I'm just going to go into debt for it. You guys make me so sad. Like, some of you don't realize, like, you're ruining your own life. Like, if you would just change your habits, if you just change your mindset, if you would just say no to yourself for once in your damn life, you would have the potential to get into a better financial situation so you could live the life you want. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Keep doing what you're doing and let me know how that's working for you.
Why are you in a bunch of debt, 27 years old?
I spent like 10K going to Europe.
Ooh.
Yeah, for 5 weeks. And I know that it's not going to make me look good and people are going to have opinions about this, but I honestly do not regret that for a second.
Well, all right.
It gave me like a reason to want to live again. Honestly, when I quit my job, I had 10 to 15K saved up. Like,
oh, wow.
As emergency
Why'd you quit
savings.
your job?
It was a tough work environment. It was basically one of those things where the boss felt like a Bravo reality TV show. Like, he was the villain, but also
geez.
like super hectic and a lot going on. So I'm grateful for the experience and I'm really glad I left there. But I do try to take on freelance clients if it's worth it. But right now I'm just trying to focus on my new job, and it is a pretty new job. And so, yeah, I really like where I am.
Okay, so are you okay?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay. Your voice is shaking, so I just want to make sure.
In general, I do get shaky when I talk too. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, just as someone who is an anxious person and has my own issues with that, I want to make sure.
Thank you.